Guys, up, back with another video. This time we're going to do my Raw review from last night, so let's get on with this, shall we? Once I get the page open. So let's get this on the way, shall we? We got Monday Night Raw from the 29th of August, 2022 edition of Monday Night Raw. This is the go-home show for, the Raw go-home show for Clash of the Castle. So let's get this on the way, shall we? We got the Judgment Day teaming up. It was Finn Balor and Damian Priest taking on Dolph Ziggler and AJ Styles. Kicked off the show with a wrestling match. A little bit different stuff, but that's what you gotta expect from the new era, so to speak. And Finn Balor and Damian Priest got the win here to build momentum. And as they were leaving, it was a good match. They beat Dolph Ziggler and AJ Styles. Rhea Ripley got a little bit involved. And then at the end, afterwards, as they were walking out, as they were leaving, a vehicle pulled up and it was Edge. So they decided to go back to the ring and call out Edge for, to end this. And then so Edge came out and it turned out it was a trap because Rey Mysterio and Dominic were behind the Judgment Day and hit him with kendo sticks. Dominic got confronted by Rhea Ripley, and he gave over his kendo stick. But just before anything could happen, or anything kinky could happen in Dominic's case, he was saved by Edge and Rey. So that sets up the tag team match for the pay-per-view, the Clash of the Castle with Edge and Rey Mysterio versus the Judgment Day, and it was a good segment, good way to kick off the show. Then we had Bianca Belair, Asuka, and Alexa Bliss taking on three unknowns called Danny Moe, Kayla Sparks, and Katie Ork. Sorry, my handwriting's terrible sometimes. Anyway, this was just a showcase match for Asuka, Alexa, and Bianca. Before this Saturday's big 6-woman tag against Bayley's crew. So, Bianca and Asuka and Alexa pick up a victory here. Kind of a showcase match for them. Then we had, that was fine. It was exactly what it was. No problems here. Kurt Angle returned, because it was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Kurt Angle returned, to Raw, and the media gets interrupted by Alpha Academy, who have a back and forth with him. There was a funny moment where where Chad Gable shushed Kurt Angle. He went, shush! And Kurt Angle shushed him back, and then he had to shush off. And then Street Profits came out to save Kurt Angle, because Alpha Academy... Oh, by the way, Alpha Academy came out they wanted Kurt Angle to join them, the Alpha Academy. But Angle rejected it, so that's why they had a problem with Kurt Angle. Street Profits came out to even the odds, and we had a tag team match where a weird stipulation where if the Street Profits lost, then Kurt Angle would have to join Alpha Academy. Kind of a weird stipulation, kind of just thrown together, but it was what it was. It made a fun match. Street Profits versus Alpha Academy. They had a good match, and Street Profits won, so Kurt Angle didn't have to join the Alpha Academy. And then him and the Street Profits drank out of the Street Profits red cup. Kurt Angle kind of blurted it out like, because he was like, what the hell's this? And then he was like, I got a solution. Milk. And it was Milkamania 2.0, and Kurt Angle and Street Profits had a good time drinking some milk in Kurt Angle's hometown. So, pretty cool stuff right there. Good to see Kurt Angle back. That was alright. Then we had a interview segment. We had Corey Graves interviewing Seth freaking Rollins, and Matt Riddle. He's got his name back. They had a back and forth, typical WWE stuff. And then, Matt Riddle brought up how there's only one man in Seth's family, and it's Becky, the man. And they went to commercial break, and when they returned, they show you after footage of what happened afterwards. And Seth got a little bit personal with Matt Riddle, bringing up real life stuff, saying like, what was it? He said that, let's talk about your family. Oh, right, you haven't got one because your wife divorced you and your kids don't want anything to do with your bitch ass. And Riddle went ballistic as he would, and it was it reminded me of the John Jones Daniel Cormier. If anyone here watches UFC, it reminded me of the John Jones Daniel Cormier media scrum thing from their fight, when John Jones was being all nice on camera and all that stuff, and then when they thought it wasn't being filmed, he was like, "Hey, puss, are you still there?" And he went back and forth, and like, oh, it was good stuff. I mean, John Jones stuff and Daniel Cormier was good, and also this was good, and it sets up a great match. Riddle said he was gonna fuck Rollins over. He's gonna fuck up Rollins at Clash of the Castle. So a beating might be heading Rollins' way come Clash at the Castle. So looking forward to that. Pretty cool stuff. Then we had Bobby Lashley versus The Miz. As last time we saw Miz, he was kidnapped by Dexter Lumis. He didn't want to talk about it. For most of the show, he didn't want to talk about it. He was like, I don't want to talk about it. Dexter Lumis was released from prison because Miz didn't want to talk about it. And that would come back to bite Miz on the ass in this match, because as Miz had the advantage, he looks up in the audience and he sees Dexter Lumis in the audience, and then when Ciampa looks in Miz's direction, he can't see him. He's like, he was there a minute ago. So yeah, pretty cool stuff, and that allows Bobby Lashley to put the Hurt Lock in Miz and beat him. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. It spins that Dexter Lumis Miz plate, and it's all good. It's good stuff. And then later on, I haven't got it written in the notes. Miz went to drive off after he was like, oh no, I'm not going to talk about it anymore, whatever, I just want to go home, whatever. And Dexter Lumis is in the back seat of the car while Miz drives away in his big car. So, yeah, interesting stuff right there. I look forward to see what happens next with that stuff. Then we had Sami Zayn and the Usos hyping up the Roman Reigns 2-year anniversary of being Universal Champion this Friday on SmackDown, because he won the Universal title on August 30th, 2020 at Payback. So it's been 2 years officially as he's Universal Champion, so he's going to have a celebration this Friday. And Sami Zayn and Usos are hyping it up for this one. They get interrupted by Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens says that, Kevin Owens basically says that, that Roman Reigns still owes him for helping him out, for stunning Drew McIntyre a couple weeks ago. And, but basically, they go back and forth, and it leads to Kevin Owens remembering what Jey Uso did to him a couple of years ago. I like that continuity. And leads to a match, Jey Uso versus Kevin Owens. Good match, good stuff here. And then the finish was where Kevin Owens, Jey Uso and Jimmy wanted Sami to go hit Kevin Owens with a chair behind the referee's back, but he hesitated, and it allowed Kevin Owens to hit Jey with a stunner and pin him. So yeah, and Sami, maybe a little bit of dysfunction in the family, maybe, and Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus the Usos somewhere down the line. I'd like that. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah, big fan of this. And then we had the main event. We had the women's tag team title finals of the tag team tournament. We had Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez taking on Dakota Kai and Io Sky. Pretty fine match. Not really much to it. Bayley tried to get involved, and Alexa Bliss, Bianca, and Asuka ran her off. So it was, and then in that confusion, Aaliyah made the tag to, made the tag, got the tag. Aaliyah got the tag, and she pinned Dakota Kai. But apparently there was a little bit of confusion, because apparently Io Sky was the legal person. So we have new tag team champions anyway. We have We have new champions in Aaliyah and Raquel Rodriguez. Sorry, easy for me to say. And yeah, but a little bit of with a little bit of controversy, and we'll have to see what happens next. I don't think, I think they will probably get a rematch, and probably somewhere later down the line we'll get Sasha and Naomi back. Anyway, this was kind of a setup show this was kind of a setup show for Clash of the Castle, you know, just and setting things up for the future. That's not part of the Clash of the Castle. It was still a fine show. Not the best show. I've seen better shows, but it was still a very solid show compared to what we used to get. And yeah, there you go, guys. Hope you liked the video. Hope it wasn't too rambly. So I usually sometimes do ramble on a little bit too much. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in a bit. And I'm out.